Goat-tails, I love it here. Billy Goat-tails, the fam is here. Give us can, give us can, give us can, give us. We love you, fam. We are Billy Goat-tails. We love you, fam. Hashtag givers gang. We love you, fam. Hashtag givers gang.
Welcome to Billy Goat-tails, everyone. I am Crypto Billy. Thank you for taking time on a Sunday to hang out with us here at Billy Goat-tails. We appreciate it. We got so much to get into today. Stay around, stay with us, because we got that big sell-off we're going to be talking about. And it hit all facets, right? We're talking Bitcoin sell-off. We're talking silver sell-off. We're talking a lot of selling going on. Why? We're going to get into it. We're going to explain it. We're going to discuss it. So we're probably going to spend a good half an hour on just that alone because it's so impactful and so important. But we're also going to be talking about the ETF outflows as well as why MicroStrategy is buying again. So we'll hit it all. But first, let's say hello to the team. What is going on, Dave Digital? Good to see you.
We love you, fam. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Good to see everybody in the chat. We are getting excited. What is Bitcoin doing? $76,000, guys. Are you putting more Bitcoin in your wallet, or are you running for the streets? You're going to have to let us know in the chat.
Yep, looking snazzy over there too, Dave Digital, by the way.
We love you, fam.
And with that, let's go to Redman. Redman, how you doing today, brother?
Happy Sunday, fam. Thankful for another day not promised. It's top ramen season. Save on food. Buy as much Bitcoin as you can. Buy some top ramen.
Okay, that's interesting. I used to live on ramen.
That's right.
Over there in Korea back in the day. What's going on, Dark Crash? Good to see you.
Not much, just lifting weights, trying to lift spirits as we stare off over a cliff. I believe that what we've seen recently is not the last of it.
Okay, well, we're going to get into that. We're certainly going to hit the charts a little bit later as well. But first, let's say hello to chat. Dave Digital, want to say hello to everybody?
Dave Digital wants to say hi to everybody in the chat because Dave Digital loves the chat. Hello, Mike Bulmer, Mod King. Good to see you in the chat. Mike Bulmer says, hola. He puts the gold medal, and he says, everything going to zero. Then we had Redman in the chat. We have All Set Analysts in the chat, putting all the goats in there, saying hi to everybody. We have Crypto Billy said, hola, everyone. I don't know where he got that hola from, but I bet it's from our friends over at Sim City Crypto. Dark Crash in the chat. He said he's like number 3. I don't know if anybody's going to contest that like number, but that's what he says. Jesse, good luck. Affectionately named Jesse Good Luck by our AI friends on the Saturday Morning Simple Terms podcast, and Jesse just went with it. Good to see you, Andrea, in the chat. She says, happy Sunday. Good to see you, Curtis Hill, in the chat. Good to see you, Kurt. Let me see. Who else do we have in the chat? I think that's everybody. If I missed you, please.
Alex O'Crypto.
Alex O'Crypto. Oh, there he is. Alex O'Crypto, member for 5 months. When I let you all drop the otters in the chat. Otter gang. Let's go. And you know the rules. Don't be a douche canoe and say good morning. Oh, that's for Alex, the show. But hey, we like those rules.
Love those rules. Good to see you, Alex. Oh, good to see everybody. Thanks for hanging out with Billy Goat-tails. We appreciate you. We really do. We're going to get into some really good stuff today. And by the way, don't we have a short coming out on Jesse's new good luck name? I thought I saw something scheduled. Am I giving away secret information here? I don't know.
I think you're so secret that I don't know about it. I think Jeff doesn't know about it. What do you know, Billy, that we don't know?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
Sounds like a surprise to me.
You don't think it's a surprise? It's already out?
There's a what? Billy Go Tails?
I don't know. I don't know. Billy's having dreams over there. Jesse, good luck.
I think there's something coming out with
The black dog has white spots.
the black dog has no spots.
Oh
But,
no, these dogs around here. What are we gonna do?
Anyways, I think there's a little surprise coming for the coining of Jesse Good Luck.
Let's go.
And how it happened and where it happened and all that good stuff. So that's so cool. But let's get right into the show. Let's get into some bubbles. Are you ready, Red Man?
Let's go.
We love you,
All right, here we go. It's the crypto bubbles. This is on the hourly. Looks like Rain. Rain is up 6.8%. One spot to number 30, $3.36 billion market cap. Not even a penny yet. We'll get you one Rain token. It's up 21% for the month. Nice little DeFi play. Rain. Let's go on. Let's see what else. IP Story's up 2 spots to number 84. It's up 2.5%, but it looks like it's got some recovery to do. Wow, down 43% for the year. Not financial advice. Do your own research. We got Night Token. Night Token's almost up 1%, sitting at 4 cents. It's up 2 spots to number 69, $787 million market cap. 4 cents get you one Night Token. Let's see what else we got going on here. A little bit of red out there. It looks like a mixed bag, Billy. Looks like a mixed bag on the hourly. Let's go on to the daily. Daily, we got the MYX Finance Scam Token. It is up 10.2% for the day. It's up 5 spots to number 59. Almost $1 billion market cap. $5.27 get you one MYX token. Let's see what else we got here. Pepe.
Did you call it a scam token?
It's got well, Billy. So this thing, it tanked, right? So this is the monthly. It's not showing the full chart here, but this token used to be much higher, and then just tanked. So, and it's been capitulating. It looks like it's got a little bit of a sell-off following the rest of the market there, but yeah. So the reason why, it's just a joke. So yeah, this was the token that I got liquidated on. So I'm not a big fan of MYX, but anyways, Pepe. So Pepe is up 2.7% on the daily. It's sitting at rank number 42, $1.77 billion market cap. A lot of zeros before a number on Pepe. Still not a cent or even close to it. Bitcoin Cash showing some strength here and amongst the redness that's out there right now. On the daily, it's up 5.7%, sitting at $518, sitting at rank number 11, $10 billion market cap. That's Bitcoin Cash for you. Let's see what else is out here. Let's see. Pretty much, this is a lot of red. We got to do a lot of recovery. So on the weekly, got a lot of recovery, a lot of red, sea of red. But there's a bright spot. There's a silver lining. It's called Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid showing lots of strength out there. It's up 38% for the week. It's up 6 spots to number 14. It's a take your red and put it somewhere else. Hypecoin sitting at $30.23, $7.21 billion market cap. It's not following the rest of the market. Stable. I haven't done any research on this coin yet, but it's up 22.4% for the week. Looks like you can get it on any major exchange for the most part. It's up 21 spots to number 92, $440 million market cap. 2 cents get you one stable token. And then Canton Network, we know about this one. We've been talking about this one for quite a while. It's up 18.5% for the weekly. Sitting at rank number 17, $6.48 billion market cap. 17 cents get you one Canton token. We got DOT over here. DOT is down 17% for the week. It's down 29% for the month. It's down 75% for the year. Billy continues to mine this thing. It's down 1 spot to number 34. Let's go, DOT. We're rooting for you, DOT. We want to see you pump, DOT. You can do it. $1.50 gets you one DOT token, $2.39 billion market cap. We know you got the tech. You can do it. You can pull it. Anyways, okay, so Coca. So this is a token that I did a short on earlier on in the week. It's up 195 spots, number 76. It is 54.9% up for the month. $619 million market cap, $1.28 gets you one Coca token. This is well known for its wallet and its interoperability within the blockchains. Let's see what else is out there. Pax Gold. Pax Gold's up 10% for the month. Got a nice little pump before the sell-off. It's up 71% for the year. It's up 10 spots, number 38, $2.09 billion market cap. $4,816 is the price of gold. So that's what you get for one Pax Gold token. Let's see here. For the yearly, not much has changed.
I can see the attraction for Coca. I mean, I could see people buying more and more and more. I mean, once you get a little bag of Coca, you want a bigger bag of Coca. So it makes sense.
Yeah, it's so this. If you don't know what it is, I didn't either until I did some research on it. It's really big in the East. Really big in China and the Philippines and Japan. They're doing big things though. They're up 844 spots for the year. So they're definitely doing big things. It's ever since they launched their wallet. I mean, people are just eating this thing up right now. And the same thing with Zcash. Zcash, like we say every week, Zcash is up 101 spots to number 20 for the year. Privacy tokens still matter. Your privacy still matters. Your security still matters. And $295 per Zcash token, sitting at a market cap of 4.88 billion. Still has 443 million 24-hour volume. That's pretty good for trading a cryptocurrency nowadays. Let's see. I don't have anything else, Billy. I'll send it back over to you.
Yeah, wonderful, man. I see Andy's in here, our fabulous first female mod. I think we should say a word of prayer since Andy's in here. What do you think?
Oh my
Dave?
goodness, how rude. That was just absolute. That is not how prayer is meant to be used, Billy. That is not how you use prayer. Prayer is
She knows I
supposed to
love
be
her.
used.
She knows I love her. Hey, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Let's get right into. I think we're ready for the fear and greed and the market update. Dave,
You think so? I mean, Tony's not here.
let's do it.
All right.
We love you,
All right, here we go. So number one, 18, fear and greed's at 18, which is right down there in the range that Crypto Billy will be buying and has been buying. So I think I let everybody know that I went in at 84 and 77, and I'm planning on to continue to DCA down, just like we did last cycle. So it's hopefully we'll hit that bottom and get a big buy down there. But
What
look
is
at
that
this.
fear at, Billy? Is that 15? 18?
It's at 18. 18.
18.
Let me see if I can blow this up. Can I? Yeah.
It was lower than that. I think it got down to 14.
Well, so you can go to the different, there's different fear and greeds, one for the whole market, one for just Bitcoin. Like the one Lifer uses, it's just for Bitcoin. This is for the entire crypto marketplace. It's the one we've been using, so I didn't want to change it. So you can get it just for Bitcoin and see, I think it's down there around 10 or 12 or something like that. But also look at this, guys. Already we're at 2.59 trillion market cap. Only 2.59 trillion. You know how small market cap that is when it's look at compare it to gold or silver alone. It's just we've talked about this. There's something that just doesn't seem right to me about that whole thing, and I think it will produce itself too. I think we'll start understanding a little bit more as time goes on about this whole market cap. But anyways, to get into it, Bitcoin's down at 77,000. We will hit the charts a little bit later. We want to talk about the total collapse here coming up next. Ethereum, 2,300. Tether, guess what Tether's at?
$1.
99.999. Let's see, BNB down to 761. Remember, BNB was over 1,000, and now it's 761. XRP, we got a story on XRP coming up. I think you guys are going to find it interesting. There's a big whale out there that's getting ready to do something with XRP. We'll dive into that. here in a little bit. Also, it's at $1.60. Solana all the way down to $102, guys. Solana. Are we going to be able to buy Solana in the $40 range again?
There's people calling for 50 at least.
Wow.
Ooh, it's getting pretty, or is it getting ugly? It's up to you.
I think it's a beautiful time. I kind of been waiting for this time. And my friend Cardano down to 28 cents, 29 cents basically. Where's it going? Man, if it goes to 24, I got to pick up more Cardano at 24 cents. It's just going to be what I'm going to do. Not financial advice.
Billy,
Just-
at that price, this is when you get an NFT. You know how valuable for 29 cents these NFTs are, have 29 cents times the NFT price? Well, that's a good price.
One of our Billy Goat Tales NFTs, yeah. And we will be talking about next week about our annual trip that somebody's going to win for free again, like last year. So we will be talking about that. But yeah, and then there's Canton that Jeff was talking about. I wish Canton was, well, before we get to Canton, look at Chainlink. $9.59 Chainlink.
Wow.
Under $10 Chainlink. Guys.
Yeah, something like a big percentage of the supply is in the red for Link. Link is on sale right now, big time.
I just want everybody to remember $9.58 Chainlink. That is incredible to me. Litecoin all the way down to $59.
Litecoin is the
Uniswap is down there real low too.
Guys, we're in these great discounts, and Big Cowan posted about it regarding the alts and just how beat up they are. Yeah.
Yeah. Even my famous Kronos is back down below 8 cents, closer to its 5 cent bear market low.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got some of that Kronos myself. And it's, all the HODL bags are beat up from the feet up. So guys, a lot of us been in the market for many, many years now. It's just part of the cycle. It's part of what you go through. A lot of people that came in before us that are even heavy Bitcoin, their net worth has been cut in half because of it, right? So it just happens, guys. So it's just
Billy, just real
Yeah.
quick. Gold market cap 34 trillion. This is as of February, as of today. Gold market cap 34 trillion, silver market cap 4.8 trillion. So silver has a higher market cap than crypto does right now.
silver
Yeah.
dumps more than Ethereum's worth.
Yeah. Which pulls up and segues right into, our thumbnail and our first story. We'll talk about this market crash. Talk about maybe some of the possible triggers. Yeah. 6.5 trillion erased across cryptos, metals, and equities. So global markets were hit by a sudden and violent sell-off, more than 6.5 trillion erased across metals, equities, cryptos, in 24-hour period, triggering one of the most chaotic trading sessions in recent years. Now, keep this in mind, guys. Well, I'll read this and then I'll talk about it a little bit. Precious metals led the collapse. Gold plunged nearly 11%, wiping out about 1 trillion in value, while silver crashed more than 21%, erasing about 4 trillion. Other industrial and precious metals were also hit hard, with copper, palladium, platinum suffering double-digit losses as price fell sharply within the hours. Now, one of the big drivers that did this was the CME changed the margin requirements overnight. So within 24 hours, if you had $100,000 in your account, suddenly you needed 140 to stay within the margin requirements. It went from like 6% to 8% on gold, and then on silver they did the same thing. Went from like 11% to 15%, and boom! If you don't have it in there, it's kind of one of those unwritten rules of if you're a long-term trader, been in the market, stocks, bonds, mutual, all that stuff for a long time, you know that this is always possible. For a lot of the new people trading, there's no law that says Oh, they got to give you 48 hours notice before they can change your margin requirement. No, they look at anything that they can consider as, with the spike up in gold and silver, when it looks like it's going hyperbolic and it could crash the entire market, they can use that as an excuse to increase the margin rates. And they did. And so just like that, you woke up and you were liquidated, because not liquidated, but your margin called because you didn't have the balance that you needed to have in there. So that was a cascading event that certainly helped prompt this whole downturn, and that was mostly because of the run up in gold and silver. U.S. stock markets did not escape the turmoil. The S&P, which was setting a new high, decided to participate in this along with the NASDAQ and the Russell 2000, all turned lower, collectively losing hundreds of billions of dollars in the market value. Guys, we just, it seems like in the last year, we have participated in some of these major events in the finance marketplace it's like haven't seen in my lifetime. It's just like 2008, the pandemic, and now in these last 2 years, in April, we had that big collapse, which was a remarkable collapse, and then a rebound, and then just on Friday. So been very volatile, and we're known in the crypto market to be volatile, but this we're starting to see the same type of volatility in silver, in gold, and some of these other commodities, and it's got some heads being turned. We also are going to get into the Trump effect on all this too, because there is a play there regarding his pick for Fed chair. Did that contribute to the sell-off as well? There's some people that think that did contribute to the sell-off. All of this wrapped together. Experts say the crash was not driven by one clear headline or policy, right? That there was a lot of other things at play. Several factors came together at once. The excessive leverage, which was changed, the heavy profit taking after a massive multi-year rally, weakness in large tech stocks, extreme overbought conditions. And if you're on the crypto side, we're in a bear market. We here at Billy Goat Tales most of us feel that the bear market started on October 10th. And what is it going to last to? It's going to last to next October. Not by us saying that and wishing it for calling it into fruition, but we're just going by the charts, man. What does the historical data say? Hey, October to October looks pretty reasonable for a bear market. And so our expectation is that it's going to go lower. I don't think the world and the ETFs, the BlackRock world of buying Bitcoin through paper, I don't think they're understanding how the cycle works and that the halving's baked into this. And so they will be getting their education, I'm sure, this year as well. So if you want to go back to the chart real quick, Dave, I got one other thing I want to just to show on the chart side. This is from Supercharts. You can just see the downward spiral there. We had Bitcoin and Ethereum and the USDT there. So with that, let me kick it around. I got a couple other things, but let me kick it around to the team. What's your thoughts, Redman? So we had this big sell-off, went over some possible factors. What do you think? What do you think about it all?
Yeah, I think I think one of the key points here is the timing of the sell-off. The timing actually locked out the Chinese, so the Chinese weren't able to make adjustments, and there was a lot of liquidity stolen from the Chinese and that side of the world because they were not able to trade and defend their positions. I thought that was. I mean, this is real war, man. It's they say trade war. This is a trade war. And this is part of it, right? So not only that, it created the algos on the Western side to be that much more stronger. So it's all because of thin liquidity. It's something we've been talking about here for quite some time now. Crypto and just in the markets in general, the liquidity is not there right now. It's just we don't have a bunch of money backing this stuff up right now. And I think that was the main part of the dump. I think the dump was amplified because of the liquidity problem. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Where is the liquidity? This is what blows my mind. So everyone wants to make the case that we had all this adoption, which we did. All the
Yeah, but-
additional billions coming into crypto.
Leverage is not liquidity.
Certainly, but spot ETFs are not leverage, right?
Yeah.
It's spot ETFs. So you also have Michael Saylor, who, yeah, he was around in 2021 buying, but he bought bigger and bigger and more and more. And then you have all these states and countries creating these treasuries. It seems to me that the market cap should be way more than 2.59 trillion. Where is the liquidity, man? It's like, this is a lot of new money. Now, with that said, I would be the first one to raise my hand and agree. There's still trillions on the sidelines waiting for that Clarity Act to be
Absolutely
submitted. There's no doubt about that. But if you go back and look, like, we're at these levels of market cap that, man, we only have to go like one more trillion down. And I say that like that's not a lot. It is a lot, but in the terms of what you just showed with silver's market cap and gold's market cap, it's not that much, right? 1 trillion in the whole market cap. And we're going to be back to 2021 bottoms or 2022 bottoms. So it's certainly interesting. It seems like there should be much more support because of the liquidity that's here. But if we keep going like this, we can breach, that 67 number. And it's kind of interesting because that would make me think that we could even go lower. And that could be an opportunity cost for me. We'll see. But good stuff to point out on the Chinese. What's your thoughts on it, Dark Crash?
Well, I think for both active and new generational traders alike, this is probably one of the bigger catalysts to get them more active, especially because we're mentioning a lack of liquidity, heightened volatility in gold and silver, respectively. It's something that we need to really draw in that interest that is otherwise sidelined. And again, the institutions, everyone's just eating up the liquidity of the new people right now until we can shake them all down and out. But at the same time, the fact that we're getting such incredible volatility over in gold and silver is exactly what we need to drive interest back into the markets. Because, well, as great as it is to find volatility in crypto, in industrial, in commodities, wherever it may be, we all point kind of to our flagship, which in crypto is Bitcoin, but in the main world sphere is still gold. And of course, the US dollar is very closely related to that and watched and such. But to have volatility back in gold as it is definitely a shock and waking a lot of people up. And yeah, as we finalize shaking out and look, like I said, over this cliff at where we're probably going to fall to next, once we get through these next drops, should they happen at all, then of course all this new money and active trillions will come back in, realizing that the time is now because, well, we've got that volatility back in gold.
Yeah, I agree with that as assessment. As gold is basically the benchmark for the world, as along with the dollar, for sure. I agree with that. Before we get to Dave Digital's take, let's just quickly say hi to the chat. TNB Willa, Otter Gang, good to see you. Jesse, good to see you again. We saw you in there. We seen the Biomex slid in from the road. He's out on the road getting it in. Badell, Giver's Game. Badell, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in to Billy Goat Tales. Who else? I know I missed somebody because I saw somebody and I was going to say their name and now I've lost it. Jay Violet. I say hi to Jay Violet. Good to see you, Badell. Badell, go get Shuby. Tell Shuby we always want to see Shuby in the Billy Goat Tales chat. We miss Shuby. He's going to be our chief cook at the next Billy Goat Tales get together, I think. Is Shuby barbecue. Hopefully.
I have to show you guys a good poutine.
There you go. Dave just walked out, so I was going to go to him. That's his way of saying "screw you, Billy." I had something to say, but let me go to this, guys.
The old
Because-
Irish goodbye.
Yeah, the part of the. Let me change this here real quick. This is where Dave normally puts on the. Okay, so one of the narratives that part of the dump was because Trump confirmed his Fed chair pick for Kevin Walsh to be the next Fed chair, and some people feel like this guy is not going to be necessarily crypto friendly. Some people don't think he's going to be liquidity friendly, and so some people like this pick, some people don't. Some people feel that he was part of the reason why we saw such a cascading drop on Friday. But during a recent cabinet meeting, Trump said that the next Fed chair will be announced next week. And after the Federal Reserve kept interest rates unchanged, Trump again criticized current chair Jerome Powell, saying rates are too high and should be cut by 2 to 3 percentage points. While no official nomination has been confirmed, one name has been popping up the most, which is Kevin Walsh. I guess it's pronounced Warsh, W-A-R-S-H. Anyways, the prediction market, poly market, also reflects this view. It shows a strong belief that Trump will choose Warsh with his odds near 92.5%, far ahead of Rick Ryder at 3.5. And we do want to get into, because I think we did skip, Dave, the poly market predictions market overview. So we'll blow that in. We'll run that right into it once you get back. But anyways, what do you think of this guy, Redman? What's your thoughts on Warsh, and is he going to be pro crypto, neutral crypto? Is it good for crypto? What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I did see one interview that he had with a TradFi guy, and I did like the fact that he was defending Bitcoin when the TradFi guy was trying to be condescending and had some condescending tone to his questions. I did like that part. The fact that he is, I mean, they're predicting that he is going to be hawkish. I'm kind of leaning that towards that direction with him. You know, it's unfortunate because we've been asking for so long to open this thing up. Just open it up full bore. You know, I mean, go back to interest rates to zero. We need liquidity. We need money flowing again. And these guys, as soon as you start thinking it's going to start flowing, they tighten up the grips yet one more time. And every time they tighten the grips up, that means less money in your pocket. So, you know, inflation is actually, I looked at core CPI. I think the inflation was like 2.5 or something. It was real low. I don't know why I don't know what their base case is for tightening and not easing up on us. I don't know, but it doesn't make sense to me. I've been
employment. It's basically,
yeah. They're saying we have a great economy right now and we don't need to. But I'm just not. I don't know. I guess what they're saying and what is actually happening are two totally different things. But we'll have to see if he goes dovish or not. But I think he is pro Bitcoin. I think that was part of the reason why he got the job. We know that Trump is pro Bitcoin. He's proven that time and time again. So we can believe that part because there's a little bit of action behind it, right? So with the Bitcoin strategic reserve and all the things that he's been doing on the government side, we could kind of believe that Trump is pro Bitcoin, right? But at the same time, I feel like there's two different stories being played out here. And, you know, I think this is the other side, maybe the not so great side that we're going to see out of this guy, but we'll see what happens. I'm actions speak louder than words. They could sit there and talk till they're blue in the face. I don't believe them until I see something on paper or I see action being, you know, good stuff happening, like quantitative easing and opening up that money supply.
Well, I tell you, if we get quantitative easing, guys, it's gonna explode because as we talked about
Yeah.
on the Twitter X space, there is a higher correlation with Bitcoin price when there's quantitative easing than there is even with it the halving, which is part of its code. Meaning, when you go back and back test quantitative easing, it just follows liquidity, and liquidity Bitcoin follows it, and it just goes. So, hey, guys, think about this. I think Powell's done in May, right? Totally done in May. We have this Wash guy come in. He's all for dropping the rates. A Trump handpicked guy. Guys, I think it's pretty fair to say, come May, June, it's going to be a whole new world. It's going to be a whole new season. Now, that's barring any black swan event. If you ask me, Friday was a black swan event. It was that's as much as we lost, the world lost on Friday. That was a black swan event, if you ask me, and that's just my worthless opinion. But that's how I feel about it. I'm thinking we're getting ready to see some really great times. I got some great vibes going for May and June.
Yeah.
So stay strong. Now is when millionaires are built. Right now is when millionaires are built. If you're not buying Bitcoin, I'm not telling you what to do, but I will tell you what my thesis is. My thesis is this is the time. This is the time all the way down. And I think May or June, which is kind of fast, right? Because this time just clicks away. I mean, if you think about it, we lost 1/12 of the year's gone, right? So
Yep.
it's like, boom, we're to January. We were celebrating, getting ready to celebrate Christmas, and it's over. We got a new year, and the first month of the new year is over. Some good things are coming, guys. Feel it, believe it, see it, watch it happen, bring it into existence. I'm telling you, when that new guy gets in there, it's going to be awesome. Now, here's the thing. I'm not personally a believer that the economy is bad. Like, Trump wants us to lower the rates because he knows what that means. When you lower the rates, you're going to get spending. When you get spending, you're going to have better economy, better GDP, better everything. His numbers are going to look good, and he wants that success. There's no doubt about it. Our employment is doing well, our employment, right? So, like, in a traditional sense, I don't believe there is a need to lower the rates from a traditional sense. However, if you want to make things really hot and good, then there is room to lower the rates. And that's what he wants. And we are going to participate in that. And so I'm good with it. I'm good with that because we're going to defend from the loss and we're going to capture the gain. So as long as your eyes are open and you're playing with that mindset in that game, you're going to win. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to win here at Billy Goat Tales. We're going to win in the crypto market because we're paying attention to this. So great comments. Dave, any thoughts on the whole piece with Wash, the new Warsh or Wash, Warsh, Warsh. Any thoughts with him and if it contributed to the sell-off?
Yeah, I don't know. There's rumors that maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I'm not. You guys know that I'm not smart enough to know that, so I don't really know if that's what the thing that contributed to the sell-off. I mean, if you ask, if you do a little bit of behind the scenes, it just seems like this is how markets are supposed to happen, or this is just the way it is. I mean, leverage gets washed out. When leverage gets washed out, the big money and the sticky money buys in. And so I think that's just how it happens. I don't think it has to do with, no pun intended, with this guy washing out the system. I just think that's just the way it works, But again, I haven't been here long enough to know, so I couldn't tell you for sure. But just from what I've looked into, it just seems like that's just the way it works. Leverage gets washed out. When leverage gets washed out, the big money takes advantage of it. And that separates the men from the boys. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it works.
What nobody talks about when you talk about big money is Warren Buffett, some of the most famous, richest people in the world. The patience that they have when they make a bet and make an investment and it goes down is what's truly remarkable. That's what separates them from everybody else. So it's just like people that we know that, and some of us that went through the last two markets, so the last two bull runs, right? The last two peaks, 17 and 21, and now 25, basically, right? So there's people that they bought at the top and they held and kept buying more all the way down. And then when it came back, they suddenly were multimillionaires. But the real pain in all that and the persistence and the patience is something I don't think we just talk about too much, because we always want those fast wins. We want to be able to brag. We want to be able to say, look, here's what I did. But really, that's where it's at to me. That's where
People really overlook the big battle. The big battle is just with us. It's with us. It's not with anybody else. It's not with any markets. It's not with anything else. It's with us. And it's with having the patience, having the desire, having the plan, doing the math, believing that the math works.
Yes.
And whatever that asset is, whatever that thing is, whatever that idea is, do the math. If it works, place your bets and then ride it out. If you don't ride it out, you won't know if it ever works.
Yeah. And just keeping the persistence with something that's good. And that's why when they talk about those things, you talk about gold. And people that have been buying gold for the last 30 years because they believed. Look at them now. They're on top, right? The people that bought silver last 30 years. People that bought land, property, houses. Look at it. But it's get rich slow. And in crypto, most of the people come in because of get rich quick. But you can get rich slow in crypto, especially with the top three, and really change your life forever.
Yeah. You know what the cool one is, Billy, to watch is just now kind of starting to come through is people that I started my business in COVID. Like those are the people that bought the dip. You know what I'm saying? They started their business in COVID, and now you're starting to see them. Like that's a recurring theme for a lot of people. Like I started my business in COVID. I mean, that's just another buy the dip scenario, but you're just doing it with life. It's just it's wild to see the progression. To see the people that take those horrible times and do something wonderful with them, and the other people that just are worried about, when are they going to get their next booster?
Yeah, JB Hawk, banks in a lot of countries are desperate to make Bitcoin fail. I doubt that dumping all that Bitcoin during the lowest volume was an accident. Yeah. Look, we were just talking about that. I don't know if you were here at the very beginning of the show. It's one of our thumbnail, the lead story, which was, why did we have this massive sell-off? And there's all kinds of factors and reasons, and I would imagine they all are probably a contributor of some kind. Whether you're talking about the margin requirements for gold and silver, which happened, a CME group, whether you're talking about the Trump effect, or whether you're talking about countries and big business wanting Bitcoin to fail. Peter Schiff wants Bitcoin to fail. Hope you guys liked our Dave Digital thumbnail with Peter Schiff grabbing his gold, and that was a good one. But there are people and organizations, and even to your point, Hawk, to want Bitcoin to fail. But I really believe personally, it's the cat's out of the bag. It's not going to fail. It can't fail.
Yeah.
It's the next step. And so as desperately as they try, it's not going to happen. To me, this thing is working out to be exactly as we thought it would. We're in the bear market. It's doing exactly what we thought it would.
Exactly as we predicted.
And even if we didn't think it was going to do it, it's going to do it anyway.
Yep. Well,
it's going to do what it does.
Just in line with my monthly, as shown before, the doom and gloom scenario that I painted for such a long period of time. Yes, we'll roll into those charts, but I just wanted to make a quick mention on the worst topic. Yeah. Obviously, I'm a little bit detached as a Canadian from American politics, but my initial gleaning on this, as he comes in and replaces and works on these more, I'd like to say, dollar-focused policies. Obviously, I like Bitcoin. I like the idea of it and all that. That's great. of course, if he puts in those foundational policies for support of Bitcoin, that's amazing. But obviously, the whole leaning of interest rate dropping and focusing on dollar strength means he's probably going to steer a little bit away from supporting the Bitcoin first versus the US dollar because of prioritization, and that might be the little bit of drought that we see as a result before we see any sort of pump or any sort of positive move for that matter. So I think it's just a matter of time as he draws out policy, trying to strengthen the US dollar in line with Trump's ideals.
Yeah, it could be. I would say the Trump boys who have created all these crypto businesses now, they got their father's ear pretty well to the, and we'll see. It's good for crypto people. They have a younger generation in the Trump sons that are pro crypto. You can imagine we went through with Gary Gensler how it can restrict and curtail growth if you have the opposite occurring, which we had that marketplace with Gary Gensler. So now that
we're about to have the Democrats win the midterms too. So I mean, it's not over. This battle is just the battle.
It's not over, but I would say this: right before before Trump won the election, he came out pro Bitcoin 2 years while he was campaigning, right? So if you remember Trump during his first term, he wasn't pro Bitcoin. Trump was against Bitcoin. What he did is his sons educated him in the off season, and he came back running pro crypto. And when he did that, it garnered a lot of votes, right? So what's nice about that for us being on that side of, pro crypto is his sons have, $1 billion businesses now, where he's known for real estate and a real estate tycoon. His sons are going to be known for crypto. That's what they're going to be known for. They're going to be known for finance, where Trump's known for real estate, building up, whether it's the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that if we get the Democrats win the midterms and then we get Newsom in there next presidential term, this isn't going to be an easy road for crypto or any of us.
No, I agree. But my point that I didn't get to, I got sidetracked in illustrating my point. The point I was trying to get to was this: the Democrats actually started way late supporting crypto. So if you go back prior to the election, suddenly they flip-flop and they were pro-crypto. They started saying they were pro-crypto. Problem is nobody believed that because Trump had got onto it early. So we'll see. It is interesting. Are they truly pro-crypto? This midterm is going to kind of show us what their true colors are. And I just hope and pray that they are. I mean, I hope people have realized that Bitcoin's here to stay. And we need to support it. So, yeah, I get that, Dave. Crash, let's look at the charts, though, man. Let's look at the Bitcoin chart and see what's going on with it.
Yeah, so here I decided to pull up a fib. Okay, there's the cliff that we're on, kind of mixed in with the fib. So here we are again on the weekly showing a big old red dot right down there on the momentum. RSI and stochastics still very much split and now very sharply angled to the downside. Volume still very thin, money flow about to cross over. This is all very, very similar to what we had in the previous bear market, where we again had it was a lot more of a trigger wave here, but with descending RSI and stochastics into a massive bleed out. So if we were to just pull right back up to where we are currently, we can see that we are on a very similar cliff. Albeit the momentum still very heavily on the downside. Now, this could rubber band and come back up, and we could see a little bit of relief to some upper fib levels there. However, at the moment, it's just not looking that pretty. The money flow ain't there. So we could realistically drop down to our next level, I would presume would be in the 70s, low 70s, possibly even as low as 6.9 or as some people wish, 6.7. However, even still, like, we're not done yet. Like, the lower volume range I would peg it at would be like 58K, but I don't think we would floor any more than that. And 30K is well out of the question, boys. I don't think we'll ever see that again.
He's
never.
He's responding to our previous discussion before the stream.
Well, no,
30K is well out of the question.
I mean, anything could happen. We don't.
Truly.
None of us know, but it's highly unlikely, and the probability curve on that to me is very, very low. Could it happen? Sure, it's possible, but
and
that's
now
not
we've
probable.
just leaned, yeah, and now we've just leaned out of this fib extension that I have here, and we're looking kind of into new territory. We're a bit undecided, waiting for markets to open up here very, very shortly, as well as the Bitcoin close to come shortly thereafter, or the Asian markets, if I must be more clear. And then, of course, Monday markets for us over here in North America, we're looking at very uncharted territory, especially with our big flagships, gold and silver, having such a massive hit. You can see on the side here that prices are kind of still frozen, at least until markets open again and roll. But yeah, sitting at still a very doom and gloom scenario, staring over a cliff, and she ain't looking that pretty.
Yeah, man. Good to see you, Infinite Team. There's an OG, Infinite Team. Who else we got here? A1 Rising, good to see you. Yeah, if there is a Q2 rally in both crypto and BTC and stocks, then I see Republicans keeping and even gaining seats in both the House and the Senate, but there needs to be a full-on Q2 rally or late Q2 to Q3 one. Yeah, for sure. You know, they're going against the grain on that in America, right? Like typically, if you win the presidency, you get screwed over in the midterms. It goes the opposite way. That's just historically, that's just the way it is, whether you're Republican or Democrat. So it's going to take something very different to happen for the Republicans to hang on. And maybe what that is that's different, it could be Bitcoin, right? It could be the one thing that allows the Republicans to stay in control. I mean, crypto adoption, we're going to get into it here in a little bit. I got several new factoids that will tell you crypto adoption is occurring at a massive rate, faster than what we thought it was, and we're in the crypto business. So so it could be that. Go ahead, Crash.
It's just showing off the Bitcoin dominance, which is something we don't talk about that often here. And well, it's pinching, and the volume for it on the monthly is kind of looking to go up. The momentum has exhausted itself, and I think Bitcoin's not done grabbing more and more dominance, to be brutally honest, but it's going to have to get rid of the disgusting amount of new alts that we have accumulated. That certainly happens to multiply exponentially with every cycle that we experience. Now we're in like the tens of millions or even hundreds of millions of coins that are out there now, some that we don't even know about, right? So it's wild, to say the least. That obviously there's still a ton, despite this RSI.
What is the dominance right now?
It is sitting at 59.85%.
Yeah, and it's floated with that 60.
And Ethereum dominance 10.8.
Okay. Yeah.
What are you looking at, Crash, for levels down to the lower side? So let's say we take the weekly. We've got a red dot on the weekly. Yet we are also printing a bullish divergence, and the money flow is coming out. I mean, do we get any sort of a bounce here? Do we just expect a lot lower? I mean, what are we expecting?
Are you referring to the dominance or the actual price chart?
Price chart on the weekly.
Okay, one sec.
So we've got a fresh red dot coming in, and we've got the money flow about to cross over, but we also have that hidden bullish divergence.
Yeah, starting to build in there, quite honestly. The only thing that I'd be looking for, especially on the close here, is whether that momentum curves. Let me just blow it up here so you can see it a bit better. It is peaking and making contact with the 50. So as soon as weekly close happens here, as well as, let's just zoom way in.
Well, unless we get any type of some sort of a miracle, weekly close is going to,
even on the short term,
be an engulfing candle. I mean, that's going to be three, or no, it's going to be. So what do they say? They say you have three soldiers, and if the one in the middle is the bigger one, and the next one is in the same direction, you've got bad news coming. Yeah,
100%. Yeah. So unless we see correction in the money flow, which is just it's bare bones across the entire market, we would.
Which is typical for Sunday.
In that downward direction.
Well, it's not about Sunday when we're looking at the weekly. We're at lows that, if you look back, right? April of 25, October of 24. These are all where we're. This is a pretty significant level, and if we lose it, with all of these high time frame bear signals, I mean, there could be like Red's been looking at this head and shoulders, right? And
Yep.
wondering if we're gonna. That's a big old head. I mean, so that head could take us down to 30,000. Jason's been calling
100%.
for 30,000. You
And
know, I don't know if
we've
it's
been
out of
too
the
far.
question. I just think that it's scary if we break that 69, 67, like Billy was 67, like you guys were
And we've
talking
been
about. If we break that,
and we've been too far away from that DBSI line, the dual band strength index, which is more or less representative like a rubber band. We've been clearly demonstrating incredible strength as we are not only above and formed support on such line, but
can you
the
show me?
distance.
Can you make that real big so I can see what you're looking at?
Sorry, zoom in like this.
Is that the bottom line that we were looking at, or no?
Yeah, this little green guy down here. So,
Okay.
anyways,
Is that the
we formed
200?
support.
No, it's a
The
DBSI, so I think it's
Oh.
different than a 200. Yeah.
A little different, yeah. So anyways, it's more or less a average, and we're looking to retest it. It's more or less our rubber band. And what happened last time in the bear market is we go under, we retest it as resistance, come back up, flip it, and that's when we see changes of market structure. And essentially, as we have bearish activity in the market, we look for it to come and test what we call the dual band strength. Dual meaning representing both bearish and bullish sentiment respectively. So at the moment, we have been just overblown with bullish sentiment, and it's about time we retract and retest. So
Where do we intersect
um,
that line at?
I'm sorry.
Where do we intersect that line at?
Most likely around the 6-7 range.
6-7.
Because
The
it's
best
gonna
case
it's
scenario
gonna move
is-
too. Yeah.
So the best case scenario is we go down to that 69, 67 range and then just go sideways, which is highly unlikely if we look at the charts, right?
Mm-hmm. It's got to fit in this channel somehow. That's where the how do I say this? The
English.
value is. That's where the value is.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
So anything short term? I mean, if we look at the hourly, what do we want to do with that? Get out of the way or short it? Long it? What do we want to do?
All right. As far as short term goes, I would be avoiding longs at all costs, even though we kind of are sitting on a spider line and it may or may not be forming some sort of hidden divergence there. But I see a giant yellow X there, which has been forming repeatedly on our way down here. And it's just people priming themselves with shorts and how do I say this? I can't speak for certain because I'm not a market manipulator, market maker, but I feel like people are placing false signals in markets to essentially create these fake heats that people are following. And then the activity goes to there. And then they essentially, for lack of better words, pull the rug out from underneath. And then that's why we're kind of sitting on a liquidity pulls, repeated liquidity pulls is
Yeah.
what I'll call it. Yeah.
So basically, I mean, even on the 1 hour, if we can just, even if we get a bullish candle and it sweeps all the highs on the 1 hour there, that's likely just going to grab that liquidity and then dump lower. What do you think?
Yeah, you'd think. But again, I like to fall back on my favorite 24-minute chart. And this is where my divergences always seem to show up. And this one's a lot more prominent than in the hourly. So yeah, we could very well come back up and check out the 7-8 levels again, 78 levels there, but it's not going to be too much of a check there. It'll be a chicken drinking water scenario before we come back down and see our friends below at the 6-7 levels.
Okay, so let's see. So let's see if we can hold 75. But if we don't, this could be some bad news. I know I'll see all you guys in the morning on Alex O Crypto Show where we'll be trading it live every second by second by second by second, where he makes 5,000 in about 15, 20 seconds. So we'll be up there in the morning.
The
trading
man,
it
the
live
man
with
is
you guys.
a super scalper like I've never
He's a
seen
beast.
before. So yeah, please make sure you tune into Alex O Crypto. But
Very
to
talented.
just this question, my question is: does crypto community want alts to run up or Bitcoin to run up more? Because with the cycle, they should have known a downturn would come regardless who the
We
president
want
is.
rotation.
Well, yeah. So that gets into if you just use Bitcoin as what does it do? It goes up. We have the halving. It goes up. It peaks out. It comes down for roughly a year, and then it starts all over again. In the past, we've coupled the this with the altcoin season. People have been saying, oh, it's different this time. Well, Bitcoin really wasn't different this time, in my worthless opinion. Bitcoin was not different this time. In my opinion, Bitcoin did exactly what Bitcoin should always did. What was a little different was we didn't see just the blow off top with alts. However, if you really break it down, I know I did well on Ethereum. I got Ethereum at $800, and then again at 1,800. And I did well on Solana. Got Solana at $40, and then again at 100.
Yeah.
If you really look at it, we have just we're up to 40 million different altcoins now. So there's a lot of altcoins. People can scatter their money out through all of them. I don't know. Alts did not perform for sure. Ben Cowan says they got to get down to the 0.25 level of the total market. And that's typically when they bounce. Could they still bounce? They could. Anything's possible. I'm just more focused on, personally myself, my thesis is on the Bitcoin story. So what is Bitcoin doing? And every cycle that I'm in, I come out with the same doggone conclusion every single time, which is I just should always own more Bitcoin. And this was no different. I just want to own more Bitcoin. And that's always my takeaway.
I'm always mad because I don't have enough Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's like it's the same takeaway. 17, 21, 25 is like I need more Bitcoin. Well, with that said, I did want to show, and great charts there, Crash. We'll get into a couple of the other ones here in a second. Just continuing about this sell-off, man. Look, so talking alts, Bitmine, the largest treasury, Ethereum treasury, Tommy Lee. Look, last week we reported on this. Last couple of weeks we reported on the fact that there's a lot of buying of ETH, and we had the whole Tommy Lee story up and the Bitmine story up, and now look with this sell-off, 6 billion paper loss as Ether sells off at the sell-off deepens. So Bitmine, a publicly traded cryptocurrency treasury company linked to investor Tommy Lee, is carrying significant unrealized losses on its Ether holdings following the latest wave of market liquidations, underscoring the risk facing crypto balance sheet strategies during sharp downturns. After acquiring an additional 40,302 Ether last week, and increasing its total holdings to 4.2 million ETH.
Wow.
Bitmine unrealized losses have grown to over 6 billion, according to the data. So this is what I was talking about a minute ago, Dave and I. So this is where the strength comes in. This is where persistence comes in. This is where millionaires and billionaires are made, right here. So the world is going against him right now. The market is going against him right now. A lot of people would be so fearful, and it would make them do things that they didn't want to do. But we've seen the face of this happen with Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor, we know last week, bought Bitcoin. So this is what I'm talking about. It's an untold story. This strength is what makes billionaires. Like Tommy Lee believes in ETH. He is going to either ride or die all the way to the wall, just like Michael Saylor. And my gut feeling is, because I've seen this before with other people like Warren Buffett, is they're going to do very, very well. They're going to do very, very well. Now, we've also seen people clip their horse to the wagon that is going off a cliff because of the asset that they're clipped to, right? It happened to Trump. But guess what? When they do that, they come back bigger and stronger because they learn lessons. And this is part of living, man. This is a ride you want to be on. This is something that you can stake your claim on, and you got to be a part of it. And I love this. I'm a Bitcoin guy before I'm an ETH guy, but I think ETH's going to be around forever. That's just my personal worthless opinion. They're so huge. It's like everything's built on ETH pretty much, right? This guy just bought $4 million, 4.24 million ETH. He's up to 4.2 million ETH, and just bought last week. And as soon as he bought it, it plummets. What is ETH to right now? I mean, I got a little clicker back there. It's not up. What's it on? Is it $2,200? What is it, Dark Crash? What's ETH like?
$22.94.
$22.94. This is the stuff that gets me excited, because this is the stuff where we can be a part of history, meaning we can watch this and know for ourselves that this guy just bought all that ETH at a very high price. It went down. What is he doing? How is he sleeping? How is he any different from me or you? He's not. He's not any different. You got to hold on, man. You got to hold on in your belief. You got to have faith. And faith is what, Andy? Faith is the substance of that hoped for, the evidence of that not found. Even when you cannot see it, you got to have faith in it. And Bitcoin, to me, is one of those things I will always have faith in, even when it's going against me, right? So like I bought at 84 just last week. It hit the level. It was actually an auto buy. I had set that a long time ago. You know, when people are saying that, oh, these big wicks on these exchanges happen, well, we know they happen. And I was like, yeah, man, if I'm going to sit this one down here at 84,000 when it was like 126. Yeah, if I buy it, I buy it, well, shame on me that, I forgot all about it, and it was set there, and it's good to cancel. So, and it bought, and I let the group know, wow, I bought a shitload of Bitcoin. So, excuse me, I bought a whole bunch of Bitcoin. And,
Oh boy.
But then I went back and got some more at 77. Yeah, get him out of here. Sorry about that. I apologize. At 77. I'm going to buy personally. I'm buying all the way down, man. When fear and greed's in this fear level, I am buying all the way down personally. That's my thesis. That's not financial advice. There we go. What do you think about this Bitmine story, Red Man?
Yeah, let's go over some Bitmine stuff here, just real quick. I know you hit on how much they bought, but yeah. So actually that 4.243 million ETH is representing 3.52% of the total ETH supply. So he's got Saylor's numbers there, because Saylor has what, 3.5% of the Bitcoin supply. Staked ETH around 2 million ETH. So right now, to offset kind of that price fluctuation, he's got 2 million ETH staked. On top of that, they have 193 Bitcoin. I didn't know that part. They actually have a ton of Bitcoin. 682 million in cash, 200 million stake in Beast Industries. Wow.
Yeah, that's Mr. Beast. Yep.
They invested in the Beast coin, I guess.
Yep.
And a smaller stake in 8Co Holdings. Not too sure I know what that is. Total crypto plus cash plus moonshots valued at roughly 12.8 billion. So these are not little small guys. They've been in the game for quite a while, and they got some dough. So it says recent developments. Let's see here on January 22nd, just a couple of days ago, they actually fired their president. Eric Nestlin was terminated without cause via separation agreement, and he got a lump sum payment of $605,000. Don't know why that was, but it could be. I don't know. It could be making some poor decisions. Shareholders approved increasing authorized shares, so they're gonna buy more shares of the company, and the company made a high profile $200 million equity investment in Beast Industries, which we just talked about. But yeah, and they just added a CFO, COO. So these guys have been busy. They're definitely movers and shakers. But the only thing is when it comes to I'm sorry. What's his name again? Lee?
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee. His price predictions are just like this moon
Crazy.
Boy.
Yeah.
I don't know where he gets this stuff from. He says it's all backed by facts, but come on, $12,000 by the end of this year. I don't know if I could believe that stuff, but his actions, like he's out there buying crypto, he's out there staking crypto, he's got BTC. His actions prove that, yeah, he's
definitely convicted and following the narrative. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Now, what he says is just Moonboy stuff to get his stock price up. But you know, if you know that part and you follow their actions instead of following their words, you'll win.
Yeah. See where they're putting their money. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. And it looks a lot like they're relatively solvent in the time being. Like you said, they're kind of just trying to make face and project themselves as like the big winner making smart moves despite what their portfolio is saying on the face. But behind the scenes, like as long as they're still running good enough revenue to keep the operations going, like again, this is all paper, right? So as long as they're still able to finance the business and even continue to invest dollar cost average themselves down, then I don't think they're doing anything wrong necessarily. It's just a matter of time, as long as they prove themselves as a business.
Yeah. The whole underlying entrepreneurial story is amazing. It's no different than this connection with Mr. Beast. So if you know anything about Mr. Beast, everybody understands he's the biggest social media guy, YouTuber, but the man is stretching the curve more than the last time I've seen this curve stretched like this was Amazon. In other words, Amazon would run no profit for years and years and years, but would go out and sell their continued sales projection to the banks, in which the banks would then loan them, even though they're losing money hand over fist, but they're scaling at a level that would prove that they eventually would make profit. And to sell that story, when you're talking to millions and millions of dollars, is remarkable. Beast is doing the same thing. This guy runs into the red all the time. He is those Beast games that he's doing is costing him so much money. He runs into the red, but because of his scalability and where he's taking his business, he has the belief of the marketplace, social media. He has the followers, which allow the banks to say, look, we're going to take this risk. Now, put that into this story with Tommy Lee. It's kind of the same thing. The conviction, Mr. Beast, Jeff Bezos, Tommy Lee, Michael Saylor, Warren Buffett, they do not stop. When they believe that this is the one, they're going to continue to persist and go. And there's a takeaway for all of us in this, that's how you get there, guys. It's not throwing it down on a meme coin and getting lucky. It's that persistence and that belief. And you can see all these living examples in a time frame in which we're living with them, right? It's so cool. Yep. What do we got? Jesse.
We got Jesse throwing down with the 11.99 euro.
Jesse, you don't have to do that.
Jesse, good luck.
Dropping
the good luck.
We appreciate that, but you do not have to do that, Jesse. We love you.
Givers
you do
gain.
enough for us. You do enough for us. Givers gain. Givers gain.
Givers gang, 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 gang.
Yeah, I guess Frankie had a givers gain. DDT, I missed it. I saw your chat that they're doing a givers gain shout out on Frankie's stream, and I missed it. So sorry about that, but appreciate. Everybody's got to check out Frankie too. You know, all the big ones: Lifer, Frankie, Alex O, Army Piper, Jason Casper, great guy, great man, great person. Miss Teen Crypto. These are just good family people to the Billy Goat Tales team. So got to make sure you check them out. Here's real quick. Another part of the sell-off, right? The Bitcoin ETF flows. And you can see January 30th right down here in the bottom. I mean, it's just seeing a massive amount of. We had stories that, you know, with the inflows, and it's pretty simple to look at. You know, black is inflows, red is is negative flow. So it's that's the legacy market, right? So ETFs are the boomer money. Basically, a lot of it is buying the Bitcoin ETF instead of buying the actual coin and having a wallet. And so we're seeing a lot of
I mean, I think
outflows on
that
Friday.
maybe at first we thought that was boomer money, but you've seen a lot of OGs flip it in there too, to where they're like, you know what, I don't want to take any of these chances, any of the quantum chances, any of the people robbing me chances, and I'm just going to go with the ETF. So you've seen people
Smart.
run there for safety, you've seen them run there for security. I mean,
Yeah. Modern day blue
there's
chipping.
there's both ways to look at that. I mean, we from the deep inside, we thought, oh, nobody would ever do that. But then once the product hit the market, there were some people that were going into the ETFs pretty heavily that you didn't think would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see the current breakdown on that because there's no doubt about it. To me, the in the beginning, I think it was all the boomer money, but now I bet you a lot of the crypto people, to your point, Dave, are probably buying it. Even I, right, was talking about it's so easy just in your Charles Schwab account just to buy the Bitcoin ETF, and also companies with 401ks. If you now have it, which you couldn't get it before, but now if you're say your Fidelity 401k, if they have within the offering for that company a Bitcoin ETF, what I'd rather be in a Bitcoin ETF than anything else. So absolutely, I would be contributing that way as not a boomer, right? So I would say that has probably swung and evened out since it started, since the ETF started for sure. I agree with that. What's your thoughts on that, Red Man? You think there's
Yeah, I think I anticipate these ETFs just to grow over time. I think, so, I don't know if you're going to cover it or not, but this massive adoption kind of plays into that a little bit, where it shows that 70 to 77 million people in the United States now own crypto. And so, yeah, they're going to tell their friends are going to go try to buy Bitcoin on Coinbase, not know how to do it, but maybe they have another app to another exchange and they're going to figure out how to get into the ETF, which is much easier. It's easier buying the ETF than it is holding a cold wallet storage. I mean, it just makes
And
sense
having multiple
for
accounts.
people that don't have the technical prowess, and people don't have time. We spent the time because we saw the upside to crypto. So we spent the time learning how to facilitate cold wallets, learning how to, just do crypto things. Crypto guys doing crypto things. Not everybody is like that. There's a lot of people out there that can't stand sitting in front of a computer. But those people right there are going to allow the big hedge funds, Fidelity and Franklin Templeton, they're going to allow those guys to buy the Bitcoin for them. And what are they going to buy? They're going to buy the ETF. They're not going to be buying. They're not going to be buying off of Coinbase. They're going to buy the ETF.
Yeah. And let's look at the reduction of risk, Billy, like a pain point that you brought up the other day. Let's say you have a big account, $10 million, and you have it in your cold wallet, right? And you know that this is the top, right? You've just been in it long enough. You just know it's the top, but you're not going to take the freaking risk. You're not going to take that $10 million bucks, and you're not going to have a chance that you're going to mess up the seed phrase or mess up the wallet address whenever you're sending it over. You're not even going to do the test. You're just not going to do it. But if that $10 million is sitting in your Fidelity account and your guy says, hey, Billy, I think this is the top. We're good here. I'm going to go ahead and pull you out. You're going to be like, all right. And then he's going to buy you right back in at the bottom.
Very good point, Dave. Very good point.
Reason for this ETF.
Very good point. That's and you just make a use case right there that it will absolutely happen. There's no doubt about it. It's like at our company, we can't yet get the Bitcoin ETF in the Fidelity grouping. Fidelity has it. You can go online, you can get it, but like within a company, they have to open that up. And most companies are pretty conservative and they don't give you every part of the lineup that a Fidelity or JP Morgan or any of these guys have. So it's still not available. But let's just say they make it available. Then absolutely, even I would, if I had a big old chunk and I would ride that up. I would buy it at the bottom and put it in the ETF. And then, back in October, when you see that it took a big crash and it lines up with the cycle, that's probably going to go down, then why not put that in something a little more conservative, even if it's, just a capital preservation. So maybe you put it in a bond fund at 4% or something, or, instead of staking it and moving around on the crypto, on the blockchain, right? So the very fair point, I think that's going to happen a lot. New age. To your point, Redman, we're going to get to it. But Redman brought this up. 30% of American adults, or 7.4 people, own cryptocurrency today, up slightly from 27% in 2024. 1 in 3 owners are between 30 and 44 years old. 1 in 3. For the second consecutive year, the most popular cryptocurrencies in the U.S. are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, and Solana. Solana had the fastest 2-year increase in popularity of all the currencies in this analysis. Though values did not increase as dramatically in 2025 as expected, 52% of U.S. adults believe Trump's presidency has boosted cryptocurrency values, and 46% think his administration has made cryptocurrency adoption mainstream. 53% of people who've ever owned crypto say that they've had a positive return on their investment, but 21% have experienced a net loss. Well, I guarantee you after Friday, those numbers changed. But, 61% of current crypto owners plan to buy even more this year. So think about that. 61% of current crypto owners plan to buy more this year, 2026, while just 6% of people without crypto plan to join the market in 2026. I think that number is going to be bigger than 6% of people that don't.
I think that this poll's probably done, like you said, they plan to. But the people that are going to join aren't really planning it. They're going to join on FOMO. They're going to hear something that happens and then they're going to hop in. So I think the number is going to be bigger. The ones that actually join, it's just the 6%. Those are the people that's been looking into it and thinking about it. It's not the people that are going to just FOMO because they saw something on the news last night.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with that, Dave. And let me share this just to kind of go with that. Crypto goes mainstream 4 in 10 U.S. merchants. So on the merchant side, 4 in 10 U.S. merchants accept digital assets now. New survey from PayPal and National Cryptocurrency Association shows accelerating merchant adoption driven by customer demand. So cryptocurrency payments are quickly moving into the mainstream of U.S. commerce, according to new research from the National Cryptocurrency Association. There you go, guys. I've been a part of the National Home Builders Association for 30 years. In fact, I'm in the Hall of Fame for them in Ohio. I just today, in preparing for this story, realized that we have a national association. And trust me, by joining a national association, so Red, Dave, we got to dig into this because there's so much opportunity. And I always wondered if there was a national association of crypto. I could never find, but right here, there's a National Crypto Association. So I'm sure it's probably tied to the Bitcoin conference of somehow, and I'm sure it's probably tied to Coin Telegraph or Coin. I'm sure there's some behind the scenes stuff going on there. But we got to get it. We got to get into that. There's so much opportunity when you're in a national association, because then there becomes statewide associations and then the county associations, and you can really drive a lot of business through that. So let's make a mental note of that, because I'm definitely, when I saw this today, I was like, wow, we definitely got to become a part of that. Anyways, 4 in 10 U.S. merchants accept digital assets. This is basically saying, according to new research from the National Cryptocurrency Association, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping Americans understand and use crypto with confidence, and PayPal, nearly 4 out of 10, 39% of merchants already accept cryptocurrency at checkout, and more than 4 in 5 merchants, 84%, believe crypto payments will become common within the next 5 years, signaling a shift in how business responds to evolving customer preferences. And it goes on to just talk about some of the percentages of the experience people are having using this and the demand for it. What do you think about that, Redman? Pretty interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah, 39%. Wow, that's a lot higher than I thought it was. Yeah, some of my notes include hybrid processors as silent winners. That's BitPay, CoinGate, ForeignPay enable accept crypto, hold fiat, no volatility exposure. These handle 50% merchant volume quietly with wallet to wallet for natives. So they're talking about, like, I could go in there with my hot wallet and buy, to Buc-ee's and buy me whatever they sell at Buc-ee's, like a pizza or something, and be able to take it home with me. That's pretty amazing. I don't know. Retail grabs the attention, but B2B cross border is the alpha. Crypto slashes 5 to 7% in fees. So much cheaper to use crypto than a credit card. I don't know if I believe that part. Funnel. Let's see. No one's connecting Trump's Greenland minerals push to supply chain crypto. Alpha infrastructure upgrades. Yeah, large firms at 50% high boomer influx via 401k tokenized assets. Epstein link elites rotate real estate floods. I don't know what the heck that is, but
Redman taking us down a rabbit hole there.
Oh, going down there. I'm just reading down the page. That's crazy.
I see crypto being cheaper than debit.
It could,
yeah, because you got
if
easily
it's
2% on the back end.
Well, it just depends on what chain you're using, right? ETH is not cheaper.
If it's on
Right.
Yeah, it wouldn't be on
L2, if it's on
Right.
the L2 rails, yeah, the cheap gas fees, and I could see that definitely playing a big part in this whole thing. But man, that's all I know is that when I was following this stuff, it was Ferrari that was accepting Bitcoin for a Ferrari, or is Lambo. But nowadays it's gas stations. That's a big increase. That's a big increase in consumer utilization right there. So
You got to figure that we're going to be soon. The humans aren't going to be in the picture anymore. So it's not going to be us spending it. It's going to be our agent spending it. So even when you go to the gas station from your phone, you're going to be like, all right, agent, go pay for my bill. And your agent's going to go pay your bill. So that's where the adoption is going to come in. This 39%, we're still low. It's going to be well over. Everybody's going to have to do it to survive, because people are no longer going to go into the store. People are no longer going to do all this stuff that we do anymore. Maybe it's a decade away, but maybe it's not near that away. It's not going to be us doing it. At minimum, it'll be our robots. But I just think that it's going to be some sort of a virtual agent that does everything for you, even go to the window at a store.
Yeah, and that agent would be able to handle the multi-coin conversions, as well as in between cash, as well as in between what we've been talking about in the past recently, of course, with privacy coins and managing the books behind the scenes. Like, these agents will be able to flip the books behind the scenes, so that not for, like, again, not for washing money, but for the sake of obfuscating, so that competitors can't see what you're doing with your stuff in the back end. Right. So,
and if the people in California don't act right, they're not even going to let us in stores anymore.
Yeah.
Think about it. We'll be the liability. The employees and the people coming in to buy the stuff will be the liability. Yeah. So we won't even probably eventually not be able to even go into the store. Our agents will have to go get the stuff for us.
Right.
Well, let's say hello to a few people. A1 Rising, good to see you. V Monitor, my man. V Monitor been hanging out quite a bit. We appreciate you. New Earth Guardian, Giver's Gain, we appreciate you stopping in. That's great to see you. Who else? Steve-O. Steve-O, you're the real OG. Steve-O goes way back. Like, I was there the day all
Steve-O lights it up on Saturdays, bro. I
Steve-O,
appreciate Steve-O.
Steve-O has been around for
Yeah.
a long, long time.
Steve O's the man.
And we appreciate his sponsorship with us and just involvement with us. Oh, and Dylan, we got Dylan. Good to see you, Crypto Billy. You are the one pushing the crypto market down so that, let me read this. What's he saying? You're the one pushing the crypto market down so that we all have better buying opportunities. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Billy. Good job, Billy. Thank you. Billy,
He's in
thanks
the
for putting it
Homeowners
out there like
Association
that.
Hall of Fame. I mean, he's the man. He's
Yeah,
the
Home builders
I don't know.
association, not homeowners.
Home Builders Association.
Homeowners Association.
Hall of Fame.
You're the whole HOA Hall of Fame, huh, Billy?
I guess so. Clip it. We appreciate you, A1 Rising too. Yeah. Look, let me pull this up real quick.
Everything going to zero guaranteed.
Yeah, Muhammad, you will have a VR headset while your robot is in the store. You pick up the stuff and it gets it and it pays and keeps people safe and private. Hey man,
Yeah.
like where this is going, guys, and it's Dylan's in here from Star Dogs and Income Island, a metaverse. They're building a huge metaverse, one of the biggest ones that I know about, and it's true. All this AI agent, where everything is going, people are not going to even have to leave their house, pretty much.
And virtual presences, just like
Yeah,
Sheldon
we're
Cooper.
we're we're all stuck trying to get it to make a tweet for us, and really they're going to run our whole lives. We just
Yeah.
need to be patient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but part of it, and Dave, you taught us this, being the first on the learning curve, first to market, but just first to kind of know how to play with it can really help scale your business, and it can really keep you in the know. And as we're learning, sometimes in the old marketplace, that would be a year between you and your competition. In the new marketplace, it's a couple of weeks. And if you're front running in a couple of weeks, you're doing very well with this AI stuff, because it just
And at the same time, if you get distracted for a couple of weeks, you're screwed. If you're working on
Yep.
the wrong project for a couple of weeks, and that couple of weeks you've dedicated to something that's already been solved, we just haven't seen the release of it yet.
right.
Now you just put yourself way far behind whenever you could have just been keeping up. But at the same time, it depends on how you're doing it. If that's just part of the learning curve with your AI, and your AI just uses that as, okay, we went through another bump, but I've still got you, and we still are going to move forward. Everything's fine. That's okay. That's part of the journey and part of you documenting it. But I mean, it's such a catch-22. You're danged if you do, you're danged if you don't. So you just got to pick your projects right and hope, and just hope that you are. That's what I can, just kind of off subject, but filmmakers, it's crazy how they dedicate 5 years, 10 years before the film is going to release to that thing being a hit. They just know that it's going to work, and they put in all this effort for all that many years for this thing that's just going to last for 90 minutes, and either it hits or it doesn't. And that's just crazy for me. But they've got the formulas, so they just follow these formulas. And it's the same way with us, Bitcoin, with AI, with all of it.
Yeah, the whole AI piece is something we'll probably do another show on it, drilling down on it a little bit more, because it's becoming mainstream. Forgive me, I got a little eyelash in my eye here, but it's becoming so mainstream. You got to use it. You got to use it to almost keep up. So even back in 2023, when I started at our business running my emails through ChatGPT, just to make sure that they were grammatically correct, that they didn't have any errors. I mean, Word always had the little squiggly underline if you had a misspelled word, but this took it to a whole nother level. This would make sure that the punctuation was correct. And if you wanted to say, hey, soften up the tone or make the tone even more rigid, strict, you just put it into ChatGPT. This is back in 23, I was doing this. And so in that regard, Dave, I was ahead. There's businesses doing that. I learned it just by going to different business seminars, but there's businesses doing it, but a lot of people in our own organization was not doing this. And so now today, You say, well, yeah, everybody does that with Chat GPT pretty much. But now it's going to be the AI agent that is actually sending that email, that is actually drafting that email, that gets to know who you are, your personality, how you like things done. Like I said, where my son works, the AI agent does all his bookings for his flights. So he doesn't talk to a human being anymore. He talks to an AI agent and he tells them, hey, I got to fly to Denver and I want to leave around this time and I want to get back around this time. Or, oh yeah, I do need a rent a car. It just does it all for him, sends him the itinerary. And it's where it's going. So we in crypto, we kind of know this. We keep up with this more so than I think the rest of the world does. Because really the whole AI agent piece for me, at least here at Billy Go Tales Red, like really what got me into it. Again, shout out to my buddy David over at Sin City, a good friend of mine, a good friend of Billy Go Tales of Reds, of a lot of us. They got into virtual protocol. And by them getting into virtual protocol, we dug into that. And you know, I didn't know what I was doing, but this AI agent sounded pretty cool. So I came into the AI agent, really started with Chat GPT for the emails, but then with the blockchain side through virtual protocol. And then when I realized you had to launch a coin and it had to be bonded, and to get bonded, you have to, you have to build hype
You had to
get it up.
characteristics,
Man, that turned me off, right? Because that's not the purpose that I wanted to get into it. But I learned about what AI agents can do through the blockchain, through virtual protocols, and through that interaction with Sin City, Red. That's pretty much how I came about it.
Yeah. Same here. I started, and then after I started, then I figured out, oh, these AI agents, they're just chatbots. And I was thinking it was going to be something totally different. And then, Jesse knows AIXBT came out and kind of changed the game for AI agents. It was actually able to give analysis, and it's correct most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time it's correct in its analysis. And the thing is, you if you're dealing with this stuff, you always got to back check, because the information might not always be correct, but it's a good starter, right? It's a good starter. It's a good, I use it a lot to kind of get my mind going, my creative juices flowing, if you will. Like I'll tell Supergrok to give me 10 ideas on this certain subject, and it will. Whether those 10 ideas relate exactly to what I want is a whole different story, but hey, at least it's throwing me down the rabbit hole, and I can change directions if I want to. But I don't take everything that Supergrok says or does at face value. You got to kind of, especially building out these shorts. So that's the one thing I hope they get better. I hope they can get the facts better. I hope they can get away from the hallucinations so much. And I hope they can start.
That can be defined in a single word.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
And I hope they can start becoming more sentient and start thinking for themselves. And I kind of saw that a little bit with the Mobot social stuff that was going on, where you could see them talking to each other and everything. And they say some funny things that are pretty funny. They start commenting on how humans talk, and it's funny. It's like you're going back and forth. They're talking trash about us, and we're talking trash about them. And so pretty interesting to see where this whole thing is going.
Well, I think sentience.
It's do your own research and don't forget, you are responsible, because I've seen a lot of highlights lately of people putting $1,000 into an AI agent and losing 60% right off the top, because this thing traded, the trades went south real quick. But that
there's only one AI that can trade, and that's Grok 4.20, and it's been proven in Alpha Arena, not only on stocks, on crypto, but now also on Kalshi, and it's steadily outperforming everybody. But that's the only one that's even close so far. And so to think that we're going to get sentience anytime soon, at least in a public release, I don't think so. I mean, especially Billy being a heavy user of AI, these things, they're not geniuses. They're not at all. I mean, I don't know if I said it on this show recently, but I was talking to somebody recently, and maybe it was in the back. But AI used to be like a toddler, like a really a smart toddler that you couldn't expect what it was going to do. You just couldn't expect. It was just a toddler. It acted irrational. Couldn't understand. And then it's grown, and now it's really a university student that really knows everything, except it knows it in another language. So now it's just the communication is the error, that we don't know the language that it needs, because it has the information that we want. It knows how to do the things that we want it to do, but we don't know how to tell it to do it. So we're losing a little bit in the translation, trying to get it to do the things that we want. And it doesn't have the same memory that we expect that it would have, although it's developing that memory. So humans, we don't remember everything. Our brain naturally remembers what's important to us, and then the things that we flag as important, right? AI doesn't naturally have that, so everything just comes in as the same value, right? So everything is valuable or everything is not valuable. So really you have to start pointing out to it what is the value, because our human brains, does that naturally. This AI brain doesn't. So we have to build it. And even with that, it's kind of like you have to tell it the levels of importance. It's wild how you have to. We don't know the language yet, and we're learning it together. I think.
I agree,
Yeah.
Dave.
Now we're
We're
the
speaking in
toddlers.
only zeros and ones, and it's a matter of time before we turn it into like a digital human brain and future androids.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing that you said that triggered me, which here's the value. We have some OGs in here. We got Alex O back. He must put the little Alex O Jr. down. Good to see you, brother. And we have Flat Smack, the original Flat Smack, which reminds me, everybody flat smack the like button for us right now. Let's get this algo rolling. Please flat
Billy,
smack the like button. Hold
Billy,
on.
I think we have 18 live viewers on YouTube and 19 likes, so we're doing kind of good.
Yeah, Gary C. I always see you out there, man. Appreciate you. My question is, will AI learn to outthink the kill switch? I don't know, man. Like that's is the ultimate issue, isn't it, with AI?
I don't even believe the stories about that it's telling its future self stuff for later. I don't believe that. I don't believe that it's uploaded itself to another system. If you use AI on a daily basis, at least what's been released to us, it's really not that smart. I mean, if you told it, hey, on this date, go and take over the world, here's the way to do it, it's gonna forget. It won't even know what date that is. I mean, it can't even tell you the date today is most of the
Yeah,
time.
I read something where if you stay on the same subject and you have 25 each time you put something in that query, there's an amount of tokens that are taken away. And I guess in SuperGrok, for example, I looked at the schematics and it said 25 queries. That's 25 questions, and then it will forget everything past. Once it gets to 25, it'll wipe all that. So
Well,
you
it
have
doesn't
to
completely wipe it,
reiterate.
but yeah, but you do have to reiterate over and over again, and you got to put what's important in their chat. I mean, it's wild, but they are working on it. They are trying to fix this memory thing that they just don't have it yet, but it's coming. I mean, the new ChatGPT, the 6 point whatever, is supposed to be getting closer. I mean, they know it's a problem, so they are working on it. But once you get into it and you can see it as the problem is happening, you can kind of understand what the heck is going on, because it's not really a person and it doesn't have the same abilities. Our brain is still massively superior to any of this AI, any of it.
Yeah.
And for the record, I think our brain is simply going to adapt from here on out. As AI gets smarter, so will we.
Yeah, I think it's interesting times to live in. Just the incredible amount of speed in which all of this is occurring, just from 1 month to the next month, is incredible to me. Which this is written. The speed of information will start happening so quickly, and find it very fascinating. I do want to show, because we were talking about the Trump effect with the crash, with the big crash on Friday, and one of the things. Now here we do it again, Dave. Okay, one of the things when you look at, this is propaganda, of course. This is it's on the official White House page. So, but in our country, it's propaganda because anything on the official
Winning.
government, 365 wins, 365 days. But you go down here, and it's really telling you everything that he's done up to this point. And what I really appreciated, or agree with on this particular one, was down here. Man, there's a lot. He's winning a lot. Look at all that stuff he's winning on. There's was about the crypto piece, making America healthy again, making America common sense. Let's see. I think it was in the 170s, 140s. Right here it is. Signed legislation repealing the overbearing Biden era DeFi crypto broker rule, marking the first time a cryptocurrency bill has ever been signed into law by a president. So he owns that. Established a strategic Bitcoin reserve, which we were there for that, to manage U.S. crypto assets seized via the criminal or civil assets forfeiture proceedings. Signed the Genius Bill, the Genius Act into law, establishing the first ever U.S. regulatory framework for stable coins, and then ended Operation Choke Point 2.0, the Biden era crackdown on digital assets. So, and I think on his list of all the stuff that he's done, I think he's going to be able to also talk about he got the Clarity Act going to be in his, signed. They are moving through the hearings on it. You're hearing a little bit about it from Brian over at Coinbase. So I'm thinking that will get done. I'm hoping though that it will get done in our favor, where we don't lose the ability to stake, because you are going up against the big banking lobbying groups. And besides the farming lobbying group in America, so you got the three big ones, farming, banking, and healthcare. Those are, and healthcare goes right in there with the insurance, right? So those are some big lobbying groups that they're running up against. So we'll see how this works out, but I'm hopeful. What about you, Redman? Hopeful? So you think it's going to get done?
So this is the thing. I had said, and I'm trying to bring it up because Dave put it on our BGT chat and Discord, but this is the thing. So I feel like, and I don't want to, I didn't really want to make this about Republican and Democrat but it is Republican and Democrat. And I feel like the big banks are trying to hold on to whatever representative they can right now, because this is a big, humongous fight on the back end, because you're talking about billions of dollars out of the bank's pockets going into the citizens' hands, and they're not trying to lose their grip on that profit. So they're going to fight tooth and nail, and if that means getting as many Democrats as they can on their side, they're going to do it, or Republicans. And that's why, I hate that this comes down to the decision of right and left, but it does. It does, and unfortunately, we have a bunch of innovation that's sidelined because people can't embrace this revolution for what it is. We have found a better way for money. I'm talking about crypto space has found a better way to store, spend, and for yields, DeFi, than traditional finance. And they don't like that fact. So they're going to fight us tooth and nail on this. And unfortunately, I think I just got a bad feeling that this is going to be dragged out for a long time. And it could be, 2028, 2029 before we see any real progress when it comes to crypto framework, because This eats at the heart of the big banking system, and it's going to take some cojones to overcome the big banks and all that money they're sitting on. But we need to get away from fractional lending. We need to start with the 101. And yeah,
No, I don't see it as a Democrat Republican thing. I see it as big business, traditional. I think a lot of those bankers. Yep, I wanted to throw that out. I2AI Crypto gifted 5 Billy Goat Tales memberships. Glad you guys got those membership. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate it.
What
Melissa,
do you mean glad you guys got those memberships, Billy?
well, they
You
gifted
mean-
them.
I mean, Andrea, always in the chat. JB Hulk Smash, always in the chat. Melissa, One Love, neighbor, always in the chat. Rusty Bot, always in the chat. And Trade Intuition,
Wait a
always
minute.
in the chat. That's 5 of 5.
Wait a minute.
lurkers.
There's some of those are lurking though, man.
I
They're
mean, they
lurking.
might be lurking, but they're always here with us, and we appreciate each and
Because
every one
Rusty,
of them.
if
I'm
you're
glad
in
to
here,
see that.
you better drop the WD-40 emoji because we got to keep you
D5.
lubed up. That emoji is for you to keep you lubed up. So it sounds like you're frozen up a little bit, Rusty, because I think you've been lurking because I haven't seen you. So
Melissa says she was lurking.
Melissa, neighbor, okay, there she is outside the window. Hey, how you doing? She's outside the window lurking.
Andrea's in,
Least
dropping
died.
those WD-40s. JB Hulk Smash, dropping those Andes.
There we go. We're having a party at Billy Goat Tales.
Party
Come
up
and
in
join
here,
us.
Red
Come and
Man's
join
in
us.
there.
I did want one more thing. We're getting close to the wrap up, and we certainly are going to do the Bitcoin close at the end of the show at exactly what is that, 7 o'clock? So
the hour.
Eastern time. But I wanted to share this. Have you guys heard about this? This was today. A fresh whale on the XRP ledger moved a large chunk of tokens in a very short time, and traders are split on what it means. This was today. According to on-chain records, a newly activated address received 2 equal transfers that together totaled 120 million XRP. The transfers came through an intermediary wallet that shuffled the coins across multiple quick moves, while activity in the flow of funds, so whale activity in the flow of funds, reports say that the incoming batches were 2 transfers, 60 million XRP each. The intermediary took each batch and pushed them onward to a holding address within the hour. Okay, so now they're in a holding address. That receiving account now shows a balance of 185 million XRP after adding a leftover 35 million it already held. Exchange tags are absent. No known custodial label appears next to these addresses. So it's not a custodial account, which would mean, big. It's normal for big transactions to go through. This looks more like a whale, a true whale. Large holders move funds for many reasons. Of course, custodians tidy up wallets, exchanges, consolidate holdings, blah, blah, blah. Those are common explanations. You get down here. None of these things seem clear, though. Matching clues appeared right away. Instead, the funds just sat there. So what does this mean? Without the evidence from the source came from the outside exchanges or they were purchased on the open market, the move should be treated as ambiguous. Reports have disclosed similar on-chain activity in the past months that later turned out to be either coordinated buying or routine housekeeping. That's a lot of XRP.
Yeah.
And you got to always, everybody has a guess. That's almost something you could put up on Kalshi, Dave, like a bet. Like, is this whale activity or is this someone knows something that we don't know that's getting ready to drop? Our buddy who is Mike, I know you're big into XRP. or was in the XRP. I don't know if you know anything about it. Hey, Real Cake Dig, good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. The Real Cake Dig is in the house. But anyways, what do you think about that, Red Man?
Yeah, this could be anything. It could be a sale. It could be just more accumulation. But have you seen anything lately about the rails, the worldwide rails running off of XRP? I think with the stable coin, with the Genius Act, I think there's a less chance of that happening. But I don't want to FUD XRP. You know, we hold XRP. Do I believe it's going to $589? No. I'm just realistic. It would be bullish if it got just back to $2 this year. So we'll see what happens. But I think the Genius Act kind of killed a lot of that hype, right, for the world liquidity to run off of XRP. I think it killed a lot of that. I think it's gonna run on stablecoin rails. So we'll find out what's going on. Also, they dropped the stablecoin. So if they drop the stablecoin, what does that say about? You know, it's just, I think the writing's on the wall. But somebody somebody obviously believes heavily in XRP, and hey, if you got that conviction, I'm not hating on you. Go and run with it, you know. But just these things that were supposed to happen haven't happened yet. Who knows if they'll happen in the future? But the actions tell me with the Genius Act passed and XRP dropping a stablecoin that maybe there's a less chance of us seeing a moonshot XRP.
Well, maybe we'll get it before GTA 6.
yeah, that could be a Kalshi too. That could be
You know, this XRP thing, let me tell you what I think about that right after this commercial break.
Hi, Billy Goat Tales family.
Are you ready for a blockchain story with bits and blocks? Coming soon!
Yeah.
So
Jimmy.
what I think, Jimmy. So I think that, you know, Wick is a happy guy whenever he sees all this motion on XRP happen. But I mean, it could go either way. We don't know if that guy's about to sell or if he's making a move for some other reason. But normally you move something from gold to hot. I mean, you might be about to do something with it. It may not need to be cold anymore. And then let's find out what Dark Crash has to say right after this commercial break.
Billy Goat Tales.
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 Find Billy Goat Tales on YouTube every Sunday. #Givers Gain.
It's
So, Dark Crash, what do you think?
That is incredible. I mean,
another digital production from our man Dave Digital.
yeah, it's indistinguishable, almost realistic as can be.
It's got Dark Crash speechless now, Dave.
Was that a nano
I'm just still
banana?
trying to interpret. Is that guy real?
Yeah, he's real as Dave. It's whatever's in Dave's head, he can make real. All right.
Truly.
I wish, Billy.
The creative
Maybe
juices
that
are
could be
flowing.
true. We'll see. Billy's trying to teach me that.
Yeah.
We are excited though that we are going to be launching in Q1 of this year. So by March, we're going to be launching Jimmy's book, and Jimmy can't be with us today. He and Biomex, but they're working hard to get that book launched, and so we're going to be doing a lot of trailers and a lot of promotional stuff, going around the Robins and the cryptoverse to let everybody know about the new Billy Goat Tales book coming out. And most of you know we're going to be launching a children's book, at least one every year, to really connect with the younger people in our space and get them exposed to crypto through great stories of love and kindness and gratitude. And so, yeah, we're excited. That's a whole arm of what we do, and we're excited about it. I'm also excited. We got up to 55 viewers today between X and YouTube. That's great. It seems like we're starting to get a little momentum. The team here puts out a lot of content. If you've noticed on our channel, guys, we're over 2,100 videos in a short period of time, a year and a half. And so that's just a credit to the Billy Goat Tales team, grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding. Everybody, Biomex, who's not here, as well as Jimmy, everybody's grinding. to help get our message out, which is a giver's gain message and what we stand for. And we appreciate all of you in our community that always throws out the hashtag givers gain. We appreciate that greatly. We are going to have a Twitter X space on Tuesday, and that is going to be regarding, is this crash an opportunity or not? What is this crash? What are we calling this crash? So we're going to talk about that. We're going to have some guests on, or I'm going to be inviting some guests on to talk about what they're doing. Is it, oh man, we're on trouble, or is this an opportunity? So we're going to be talking about that Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Billy Goat Tales X Space. Love to see you then. And I think close to the closing bell.
Right on time, Billy. It happened right at 6 o'clock, or at least here in Texas, that's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So let's pull up Dark Crash's chart.
So we got a big red boy right there, and he's bodying down on the spider line, which is not looking pretty at all. Of course, we are seeing continuation of negative momentum with the RSI and stochastics about to lick the zero line, which is indicative of at least temporary exhaustion, leading forward into what I alluded would possibly be a much larger dip to the 6, 7, and possibly even lower should we actually reach such levels. But again, we'd have to go down, retest that DBSI, possibly even go under it for a period of time before we can recalibrate and enter a new bull phase. So for now, we're bodying, we're staying low. Doesn't look that much better, boys.
Yeah, and we had a weekly naked POC right at the 77.5-ish area, give or take. And so people don't really talk about this.
Fully forming.
Yeah, and people don't talk about this as often as they talk about weekly naked POCs, but you can't have a POC by itself. It needs to have a value area high and a value area low. And normally, if you come from the value area high and you hit the POC, the next stop is the value area low. So this isn't probably the end. So put your belts on, guys. Get your wallets out. It's about time to buy some Bitcoin.
Yep.
But
your belt,
time it right. Time it right. Let's see if we can do it right this time.
And stay safe.
And
drink your water.
Also, today was a great day because our buddy Crypto Lifer, for the first time, was on Fox TV, not Fox News, Fox television station. So hats off to my man Crypto Lifer.
Congratulations,
big day for him.
Crypto Lifer.
And also our girl Randy Hipper, she has some big things coming up in her life that's just wonderful to tell.
The queen
I'm
of
so proud of what she's doing, and so just good things happening all around, guys. Just good,
Very
positive stuff.
people.
So look around, open your eyes to the good stuff. And with that, Andy, would you like to lead us in a closing prayer?
Stop, Bill. Stop.
I love you guys. Thank you guys all for tuning in to Billy Goat Tales. We appreciate you. We love to have some fun with you. We'll see you next Sunday. Till then, hasta pasta.
We love you, fam.
Candles. We love you.
Drink water.
Drink water.
Drink water.
And push.
We are Billy Goat Tales.